This was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. This sucks. All right. So, time to make a video. Trying to figure out what to do, and I have found this. This is a gouache set. It's got 24 different colors, and I've never used it, and I've never painted with gouache. So, yeah, let's crack into this. See, I watched a single video that was about 15-20 minutes long, and that was like 3 months ago, because I planned on using this paint sooner, and I never did. So what better time than now to make a video about it? So it came with a like swatch paper. So I'm going to start with that, and then we'll move into trying to paint something else with it, and we'll just see how that goes. I think overall I got a pretty like good understanding. The one thing that I was not expecting was that like half the colors in this set were neon. So I may just need to get more paint, but I don't feel like I have a lot of variation. But I mean, that obviously doesn't matter until I start painting. So what I have found out is that gouache is water-based. I knew that going into it. A lot of people say it's like really opaque watercolor. And I think that makes sense. So even doing just this swatch thing, I figured out that like it is very easy to make transparent with the water. And then some colors are more transparent than others, obviously. And so you may be able to see like some of the colors I laid down here are a little bit more transparent, and that may just be because I was washing off the brush. I used the same brush for all 24 colors, so the brush may have been more wet, or the color itself is just naturally more transparent. I know like ultramarine blue is always going to be more transparent, just in general. But yeah, like laying these down, they could probably use another coat, but oh well. But yeah, another challenge that I had to face was the paint, because it had been sitting in my car for like 3 months, and it's cold, it's hot, whatever. By the time I opened it, it was like separated, which is fine. Like it was sealed and everything, but it looked like oil, but I guess it's not oil. Had separated, so I had to go in with like a toothpick and stir all of them, which, not super fun, but I had to like mix them all to get them back to like normal consistency instead of just painting with oil from the top of it. Okay, so here is the swatch sheet. Like I said, took a little longer than I expected, but I've got like a pretty good range of colors. My only concern is that, again, like half of them are neon, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so the only yellow I have that's not neon is kind of dark. So I feel like that's going to make mixing colors a little weird. But, I mean, overall, like, pretty good selection. I liked getting a feel for it. I think they felt pretty good. So what I want to do now is I have in the past painted like Pokemon cards, basically extending the artwork. So if I can find pictures, I'll put them up on screen here. But I've done this in the past. I see people do it all the time, and I saw someone recently using gouache instead of acrylic to do this. And I wanted to try that out. This is something I've done before, but I haven't done it with gouache, and I think it would probably be better, maybe, just because of the opaque nature of it. So we're going to try doing that with gouache, and we'll see how that goes. And then depending on how hard it is, I might do a second one in this video, or maybe I'll just save it for another video, just do another gouache video. Okay, so let's try out painting one of these cards with gouache. Okay, so I'm going to start out by taping down the edges. One, because I don't want the card to move on me and everything. But also, I just want the edges to stay intact. I think it'll kind of help with the look, just it having the original edges of the card instead of painting all the way to the edge. And in the past, when I did this, I did paint all the way to the edge, and it ended up just being messier in general. Um, and the back of the card got all messy, and it just didn't look as clean. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go in with a layer of matte medium because I don't have any clear gesso. So I'm gonna do some matte medium to hopefully help prime it. I don't know how well that's gonna work. If that's gonna help the paint stick at all, if whatever. I don't even know if matte medium like works with gouache, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So hopefully that helps. And then we're gonna go in with the paint. Immediate challenge. The yellow in the background was sort of hard to match. This whole idea of extending the artwork, it's really just testing your color matching, and that like I forgot how bad I was at that. Ugh. So not only is color matching an issue, but when you go over paint that's already on the like paper or canvas or whatever you're painting on, you have to be mindful of how much water you're using because gouache is very easily reactivated by water. So even when it's completely dry, you can go in with water and reactivate it. So as you layer, you have to be more and more careful with how much water you're using, and that, oh man, that was an issue. Even in the final piece, like you can see where like I have really gone and tried to cover things up. I think from a distance, and even maybe on camera, you can't really see it, but in person, you can definitely see parts of the text that I had trouble covering up. What I went with was I extended some of the lightning that was going off the frame, and then I started by just covering it all in that yellow background, and then I decided, maybe let's keep it simple. So I added my own lightning bolt, and then I added some clouds, and just kept it simple. I didn't want to try to. Some of the ones I've done, I added another Pokemon of the like another one of that same Pokemon. And then they end up looking kind of weird because it doesn't exactly match the style of the first one and whatever. So I may do that in a future one, but this one I wanted to keep it simple. Wanted to just simply extend the artwork. So I added a cloud that's closer to the camera, extended some of his lightning, and just tried to make it overall feel like it was all one original picture, which is the goal. Since this is the first time I'm doing this in like 2 years, I didn't want to add anything else. Just straightforward, extend the artwork, and then try that on another one later on. But because of the background on this one, I think it would have been sort of difficult to try to add another Pokemon. So we stuck with this. Yeah, so I guess there's not much else to say about this one. I'll just let the footage roll. I skipped on recording some of it because I kept forgetting. But yeah, so you can enjoy the rest of the painting, I guess. All right, so here it is. Overall, pretty happy with this one. I think there's obviously room for improvement. Just show you guys this right here. Yeah, but there's obviously room for improvement. Like it's the first time I've done this back. I think up close it looks a little worse. Like from here, looks great. Up close, you can definitely see the texture of the paint, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's kind of neat. Yeah, so a lot of room for improvement on this one, but I think overall, like, super happy with, what I made. And I want to do more of these. I don't know if I'll film it or not. Maybe I may make some short form content doing this again. So if you want to see that, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's Real Kind Tees. So I'll be posting short form stuff there and TikTok as well, I think, depending on if it's a video. If I'm making reels about it, then I'll post it on TikTok as well. If I just do it and don't record it, then it'll just be a still photo on my Instagram. But either way, Instagram is the best way to keep up with what I'm doing, because making videos is hard and it takes a lot longer than just hitting post on Instagram. So if you want to keep up with everything I'm doing and not just the stuff I do for the videos, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it at just this one card for the video. I'll probably make a second video painting with gouache. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about it. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Like I said, that's the best way to keep up with what I'm doing. And yeah, leave suggestions in the comments about what you want to see next. It could be anything. I think, I've got a lot of acrylic markers I need to try out. I've got colored pencils I haven't used in a while. I'm going to try to do some more stuff with alcohol markers. Yeah, but just it could be anything. It could be digital as well. So yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think it's going to be super long. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Now I'm just talking. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.